Did you finish your real estate courses and feel like you don't remember anything you learned? Don't worry, you're in the right spot. The trick to passing the state test is to know your vocabulary, understanding the different concepts, and learn how some questions can be worded to trick you. So if you have a quick second, please subscribe and leave a comment about what videos you would like to see next. Question 1. The technical definition of real property includes A. Anything immovable by law, B. Chattel real, C. Method of acquisition, D. The right to possess and use to the exclusion of others. The answer is A. In the strict legal sense, real property includes land, appurtenances, that which is affixed to land, and that which by law is immovable. Question 2. The classical definition of property ownership is ownership of A. The surface only, B. Horizontal and vertical areas above and below the property, C. Everything below the property in the shape of an inverted pyramid with its apex at the center of the earth and infinite airspace, or D. All that one can perceive. The answer is C. This is the classical definition of ownership of land. Modern day practical theory prohibits exercising absolute control beyond a reasonable distance above and below the surface of the land. Question 3. Which of the following is considered real property? A. Land and buildings, B. Artificial items which are immovable by law, C. Easements that convey rights of way over adjoining land, or D. All of the above. And the answer is D. Real property includes land, that which is attached to it physically or legally, and appurtenances, including easements. Question 4. All of the following are considered real property except A. Airspace, B. Groundwater, C. Growing trees, or D. Trade fixtures. And the answer is D. A trade fixture is an article of personal property annexed or affixed to leased premises by the tenant as a necessary part of the tenant's trade or business. Question 5. Which runs with the land? Stock in a mutual water company, B. Covenants made for the benefit of the land, C. Easements appurtenant, or D. All of the above. And the answer is D. All of these run with the land. Stock in a mutual water company is appurtenant to the land. Appurtenant means that ownership runs with the land. It transfers automatically without the need of a separate conveyance. Question 6. Which of the following is considered personal property? A. Trust deed, B. Land, C. Physical improvements, or D. Growing trees? And the answer is A. Trust deed. A mortgage trust deed is personal property, a lien. Question 7. Identifying property as personal or real can be difficult because personal property can A. Be alienated, B. Be transferred, C. Become real property, or D. All of these. And the answer is C. Become real property. Identifying property as personal or real is complicated by the fact that personal property can become real property. The emphasis of this question is why it can be difficult to identify property as real or personal. Question 8. Personal property becomes real property when A. transferred, B. hypothecated, C. it is fully depreciated, or D. it becomes immovable. The answer is D. Property, whether real or personal, may undergo a change of class, as when personal property readily movable becomes immovable by becoming permanently affixed to land or improvements. Question 9. Personal property can never A. become real property, B. be hypothecated, C. be alienated, or D. none of these. And the answer is D. Personal property sometimes becomes real property when it is affixed to real property. It can be hypothecated, as when a person borrows on a car and hypothecates the title. It can be alienated or conveyed to someone else. Question 10. All the following are factors considered when determining whether an item of personal property has become real property, except A. agreement between the parties, B. method of attachment, C. cost of the article, or D. relationship of the parties. And the answer is C. Fixtures are items of personal property which have become attached to real property, thus becoming real property. The 5 tests of a fixture are method of attachment, agreement of the parties, relationship of the parties, intention of the person attaching it, and adaptability of the item. A good way to remember this is to use Maria to help you remember. Question 11. The most important test of a fixture is A. method of attachment, B. intention of the parties, C. adaptability of the item, or D. cost of insulation. The answer is B. The intention of the parties, particularly the intention of the person attaching it, usually governs. Question 12. Which of the following is not appurtenant to real estate? A. growing trees, B. fences, C. trade fixtures, or D. buildings? And the answer is C. Appurtenant means belonging to, adjunctive, appended, or annexed to. For example, the garage is appurtenant to the house, and the common interest in the common elements of a condominium is appurtenant to each apartment. Appurtenant items run with the land when the property is transferred. Trade fixtures do not transfer with the property. Question 13. Property is A. real if an estate, B. personal if a fixture, C. personal if other than real, or D. all of these. And the answer is C. One of the most basic definitions of real property is all property is personal if not real. Which of the following would be considered real property? A. a maturing grape crop which is under a sales contract to be harvested later. B. trade fixtures that a tenant has installed but which are removable without damage. C. a built-in refrigerator in a mobile home that is not attached to a permanent foundation. Or D. a bearing wall in a single-family home. And the answer is D. Since a bearing wall is part of the structure of a house and the house is real property, the bearing wall would also be real property. Question 15. The doctrine of constructive severance applies to A. Removal of fixtures, B. Sales of growing crops, C. Removal of trade fixtures, or D. Moving of buildings. And the answer is B. The doctrine of constructive severance states that when growing crops are sold, they are legally considered severed. Question 16. Emblements refers to A. Bushes, B. Crops, C. Fixtures, or D. Fences. And the answer is B. Crops. Vegetable chatels, called emblements, are the crops of the earth produced annually, not spontaneously by labor and industry. Question 17. Person A sells a farm to person B. Crops are growing on the farm. Person A wants to harvest the crops. Who owns the crops? A. Person A. B. Person B. C. Both person A and person B. Or D. Neither person A or person B. And the answer is A. Emblements are regarded as personal property even before harvest. Thus, a seller or tenant has the rights to take the annual crop resulting from his or her labor, even if the harvest does not occur until after the sale or tenancy. Therefore, person A has the right to re-enter the land to harvest any crops he or she has grown. Question 18. The word percolation refers to A. Coffee plots, B. Water mains, C. Smog, or D. Septic tanks. And the answer is D. Percolation refers to the movement of water through soil. It is important that a septic tank system has good percolation. Percolation also refers to the recharging of the underground water system called the water table. Question 19. When water is returned to the water table by the process known as percolation, the water belongs to A. The people, B. The state, C. The local water company, or D. The landowner above the water. And the answer is A. In California, the landowner has only a right in common with other owners to take his or her share of the water for beneficial use. Last question, number 20. Riparian rights are best described as A. Reasonable use of adjacent water, B. Exclusive use of adjacent water, C. Reasonable use of private water, or D. Exclusive use of private water. And the answer is A. Riparian rights are the rights held in common with other riparian owners to make reasonable use of the waters that flow on, under, or adjacent to a property, provided such use does not alter the flow of water or contaminate the water.